and that was Bulletproof by The Roo. Now, I have been informed by Jamie that we are now live on YouTube with working audio.
Yes, we actually have audio now. The issue was the lovely technicians have set up some things for CIN, Canada Interview Night, coming up, and one of them was changing the input to the ATEM, so it was only Studio Red, because that's where they'll be doing stuff and things. So I've temporarily changed it back to main out, but don't worry, Tex, if you're listening, I will put it back exactly as I found it. I am not going to go and break things. I've just received a Discord notification that my server is getting a bit hot.
So anyway, this stream is available on just because it's for testing. It's on the YSTV Tech YouTube
Is the audio
channel.
working?
I don't know.
Have you turned it up?
No.
Turn it up. Can you hear us?
I will put it back exactly.
There we
Okay,
go.
lovely. We have audio.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it's working.
So yeah, none of the automatic features are working, so I forgot to generate an API key. So that's
are you
funny.
just manually cutting?
Currently, also,
I mean, there's only two cameras.
one of the cameras currently isn't making it to the ATEM.
Oh, so we've only got one.
So
camera.
we've got one camera. So
Fascinating.
there's nothing to automate. Well, apart from switching OBS scenes when we play songs, I guess. But
True.
yeah, so this is just great. It's all going great. Don't worry about it, Dan.
It's all going fine.
I've spelt credentials
This is what
wrong.
this show is about. It's just testing everything and it's messing around.
Exactly. This is an API key that Mark's generated by slapping their head on a keyboard, and I can tell by looking at it.
It's the usual strategy. It works.
I mean, I just get Bitwarden to generate one for me.
All you need is a random string of characters, and you can do that just by bashing your keyboard.
Exactly. Okay. I've accidentally switched camera again.
What have you done?
It's fighting me.
The computers are fighting back.
The computer, it's pressing wide.
Have you fired up Autoviz and done it wrong?
Yes.
Less than
You
ideal.
broke it.
Wide. No, I want Studio Green guest.
Studio Green.
Sorry.
Studio Blue. Okay, it's working now. Phew. Basically, it had detected that no mics were active in Studio Red, so went, I'll go to Studio Red's wide camera, which then cut it from blue.
So, working as intended.
So yeah, I guess working as intended. So I've hard locked it to blue now, and fingers crossed when we play music it'll switch us on OBS.
If not, oops.
If not, oops.
The video
yeah.
might not be monetized. Oh wait, it's not monetized on that channel anyway.
Yeah, it's quite.
It might be blocked in certain territories.
Oh no. Anyway, it's quite upsetting that I can't get that blue cam. I'm just gonna double check. Is it still off? Yeah, it's still off,
Yeah.
and AutoViz is fighting with me, so I can't switch to it anyway.
Oh dear.
Right. Well, that is concerning for CIN. I hope they get that.
When
I hope
is
they
Canada
managed-
Interview Night?
Thursday, Friday.
This Thursday.
No, Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh,
It's one of those days.
Thursday.
Ah, there you are.
Thursday.
So yeah,
Thursday.
they've been having problems. The
It's
cameras,
Thursday.
excuse me, the cameras just kind of seem to decide whether they want to work every time you turn the studio on, and it's a 50-50 chance for each one. So good luck to them, I guess, is all I'm going to say.
Good.
Did
You
you
know,
say that
totally
turning them
confident.
off and on again sometimes fixes them? Or...
So I've already power cycled
Yeah.
that one.
What about the converters?
Power? They're not converters. They are HDMI repeaters.
Oh.
I know. It's cursed.
Wait, so they're running HDMI all the way to the server cabinet?
It is a mini HDMI to full-size HDMI into a HDMI repeater, probably into another HDMI repeater somewhere into the ATEM. So at least, I was about to say at least they're in spec. I don't know if the spec covers that many repeaters, but
I mean, are they active repeaters?
yes.
Yeah, they're
In that
powered.
case, that would work.
Well,
Theoretically.
except they're not working.
As always, in theory, but in practice.
Has the
Yeah.
camera just conked out, by any chance?
I mean, it's on.
Is it set to output over HDMI?
Unless it's been touched, which is a very big possibility.
Or, I don't know, it's just reset itself or something, I don't know.
Who
It's not
knows,
been used in a
Dan?
long time.
No one knows.
No one knows how computers work, it's all a mystery.
Computers...
Teaching Sand to think was a mistake.
Exactly.
Speaking of mistakes,
Where are you going with this?
I thought you had a thing going.
What?
No.
Okay, never mind then.
Speaking of mistakes, I don't... Okay, well, do you know what that's done to me, Dan?
Has it made you
It's made me a bit dizzy.
a bit dizzy? Oh no!
Oh. I could have made a very humorous joke there.
Right, I'd just like to point out, for this song, my hands are in the air. I'm not touching my computer, which is remoted into the OBS host. I want to see if my Radio API call will manage to auto-switch us to the holding card while a song plays. If you see my hands frantically go down and switch the scene, it means it hasn't worked. So let's see. Dan, play the song.
And that was Dizzy by Ollie Alexander, the UK's Eurovision entry for 2024. Now, I don't know. Well, the first time I listened to that, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but listening to it again since, I kind of like it. But it does get a little bit repetitive.
Yeah, that was my main issue with it. It doesn't really go anywhere as a song.
Yeah.
It's the chorus, then another verse, and then another chorus, and then a slightly different verse, and then the same chorus again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I predict solid mid, right-hand side of the scoreboard. And if you want more takes like that, listen to Melody Festival on 2024. It's like Eurovision, but more Scandinavian at 10 p.m. tonight.
Is that tonight?
Yep. Because the Sweden selected their song yesterday.
Sweden.
And I think the way I described it, without spoiling too much, is it's a 6 out of 10 song in a 6 out of 10 year.
Fair enough.
I don't know what that means.
If you want to find out more about that, listen to Melody Festival on 2024. It's like Eurovision, but more Scandinavian at 10 p.m. tonight.
You said some words there.
Listen to the show!
Just tune in.
Just listen!
I
Get your ears out!
So,
I've got them out.
Jamie, unfortunately, your AutoViz script didn't quite work, and it didn't automatically cut when we played the song. Have you figured out why yet?
I'm still working on it. I actually have no idea. The script just thinks music wasn't playing, and this script has worked at my house. So I honestly don't know why it's not working, which is never a good start.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm very.
Is it?
I'm very new to APIs.
I mean, I guess the question is, did the API think a song was playing?
I mean, that's a very valid question.
Because if it didn't, then...
Yeah.
It says
The
400
API
bad request. That's a good start.
yeah, that doesn't fill me with confidence, boss.
That
I mean, the API thought a song was playing.
No valid authentication data. Guys,
Oh, no.
How do you use APIs in curl?
Have you got your API key in there?
Yes, I just don't know how to send it.
Question mark API underscore key equals your API key.
Okay, hang on.
You might need to escape the question mark.
Live coding on air.
Don't worry, guys, I've got it.
Don't know if that should make me scared.
Hang on. Now playing. Wait, where do I put the API at the end?
What?
Where do I put the API key?
At the end of your URL.
Okay, so question mark what?
API underscore key equals your API key.
Equals. Let me paste that there. I've got status OK. Payload null.
Well, that means the song isn't currently playing.
Oh, I see. Okay. That is a very good point. I guess I can't really test it until we play a song again.
So
This is cursed.
Oh dear.
earlier I briefly mentioned college varsity.
You did indeed,
Yes.
Dan.
We did have a couple of problems with some of our OB kits at the weekend,
We
but
did.
nothing too major. We still managed to do our streams. As always, we adapted and we overcame.
What
So
the part that makes me the happiest is that 22 acres, which has traditionally been a problem for
Yes.
OBs,
yeah,
it just kind of worked.
It was probably the most stable stream
And
out
the
of all of
smoothest
them.
of setup. It did involve a load-bearing broadcast critical plank. But apart from that,
It was a plank across a ditch.
to fill everyone in, previously, the way that we have attempted to get an internet connection to the middle of a muddy field is running an Ethernet cable as far as we can and then using a point-to-point wireless kit to essentially blast a hyper-focused beam of radio waves over to a receiver on the other end, which would pick it up and then relay that network connection. Hasn't been the most reliable thing in the world, has it?
no, it's
caused us
it's long
issues.
distance Wi-Fi and it's been quite temperamental.
Yes. So this year we decided to solve that problem by throwing money at it in the form of acquiring 200 meters of armored patch fiber cable.
I mean,
Yes.
it works, though. It works beautifully.
Yes, the benefit of fiber being it can run for much longer distances. I think like Cat 5 Ethernet, I think, is limited to, 100 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas
about that.
this stuff is theoretically limited to 20 kilometers. And it could do much faster.
What I want to know is, why do we need the fibre? Why can't we just shine a laser across it?
Signal degradation.
But laser.
And also,
interruptions.
and
Someone walks in front of the laser.
Whoops.
loses
Lose
internet.
internet.
a tall coach goes by. Yeah, whereas the fiber we can just run along. We can even run under a cable mat to keep it healthy and safe.
Yes.
And as a bonus, I ran just as we got the setup running, just for personal amusement, I ran a speed test. We got symmetrical up and down 500 megabits per second in the middle of a muddy field 100 meters away from the nearest network switch.
Wait, how muddy is our fibre cable now?
I've not looked at it since, and I don't know if I want to. But judging by the battery that came back from that OB, probably a fair bit.
Oh dear.
Well, actually, no. The fiber cable will be fine because it ran on top of all the mud. Like so the place where it was most likely to get muddy was either some of the paths words where we ran it alongside the paved paths, where it didn't actually get compressed into the mud, so it'll be fine, or the ditch where we took care with it. / when it ran directly across, in the places where people are likely to have walked on it, it was cable ramped.
All right. Yeah, because I remember when we did Battle of the Birds back in November or so, there was, on 22 acres, there was some XLR and SDI cables that kind of got a bit buried in the mud.
Those cables are still muddy to this day.
Yeah.
Are they?
Still causes issues from the muddiness.
From the muddiness.
That did destroy a few of our cables.
Did it actually?
Yeah, and they got absolutely buried under people's feet. That was really not ideal.
No, and we spent quite a long time cleaning a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we're
afterwards.
giving Kit a bath.
I forgot
there's
about
photos
that.
on the Google
Oh
Photos.
yeah, the hot steamy shower we took.
Oh yeah, we had a hot steamy shower, didn't we?
I'm uncomfortable.
And the slight flood we created in the
Oh,
James downstairs toilets.
Don't admit to that, Dan. I don't know what we're on about.
Dear, oh dear. But yeah, at least some of our batteries got a good chunk of mud on them, or might still do. But in terms of the IT side of things, smoothest we've
Went
ever
very
done it.
well, yeah.
Yeah,
Same can't be said for some of the other OBs, unfortunately.
Yeah, some of them struggled a bit. Some of them here and there. It was less than ideal.
Less than ideal is certainly one way of putting it.
So yeah, we did have quite a sort of major kit failure with one of our OB kits, OB0,
F and chat. Gone
which
but not forgotten.
was a new OB kit that we kind of built just in preparation for
built
roses mainly.
We built it just as I became ill, so I wasn't able to keep an eye on what was going on.
So we built this new OB kit because
well,
we're gonna
new
need
is a
one.
strong word.
Yeah, using some old parts basically.
Everything old is new again.
No, hang on. I don't think there were any new parts in it.
The GPU.
That got taken out
Yeah.
and swapped with our edit machine.
So yeah, unfortunately we built OB0 using some older parts we got because we needed an extra stream PC for roses, and we thought we'd test it out at College Varsity. However, I don't know exactly what the issue was with it, but we had to completely replace it with one of the edit PCs.
I wasn't there. Well, I was there briefly, but I was ill, so I wasn't involved all that much.
I was
But
back at home as well, so I
The
wasn't
sit
there.
rep is kind of when the GPU was in it, it didn't output through the GPU. It outputted through the motherboard, and then they swapped the GPU with one in Edit 2.
Edit 0.
Oh, sorry, Edit 0, and then it worked.
Except then it didn't work.
Except then something, I can't remember what else broke, but something else broke. So the plan currently is to just not put a GPU in it because the CPU has QuickSync.
Right.
Which is a perfectly good encoder.
So we're just going to encode with QuickSync and... Oh! It was a power problem. They couldn't put a GPU... There was a...
No, that was the original reason for swapping it.
that was why they swapped it. It wasn't because they were getting an output. It was because they couldn't power it because the power supply didn't have enough of the right cables. So when they did swap it, they then didn't get an output on the graphics card. That was it. I remember now.
Did we not test this properly beforehand?
No.
They did not.
Oops.
If you're listening, I'm sorry for outing you, but also please test better.
Classic.
Oh well, it's something we can learn from. And
Yeah,
make sure we
absolutely.
do next time. So.
I mean,
And-
that's
and-
always...
And we solved the problem. We were able to use our equipment to
Yeah,
Exactly.
stream, and we still got our streams out.
Exactly.
So it was
It's
all fine
literally-
in the end.
A problem like that previously would have just kind of ended a stream.
Yeah.
But we've got to the point where we're so resilient we can just do stuff.
Get more stuff.
We can just get more stuff and have it work.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely a lesson to take forward, in particular when planning for some other large sporting event that may or may not be looming on the horizon.
Is there any sporting event? I didn't think there were any sporting events. coming up.
Nah, I mean, there's a few people up in, like, I don't know, Lancaster or something, kicking some balls around, but nothing major.
There's
Nothing
something
major.
Do you know? Actually, I think I did hear. I think maybe someone had a meeting with me or something.
Oh?
Yeah.
You
something-
sleep through most of your meetings anyway,
yeah,
don't you?
Yeah, I think maybe they were trying to spend some money on like a laptop table or something. I'm not 100% sure.
Laptop trays.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
A very,
Anyway,
very important lap.
can't be that important, can it?
No, I'm sure not.
Anyway, Dear,
So
dear.
yeah, Dan, what's
have you
going...
fixed your script yet?
I haven't.
Taking that as a no.
I haven't
Skill
changed the
issue.
script. I'm just kind of running diagnostics to see what was going on.
Should we play a song to see if the script recognises?
Go on then, why not?
Jamie, I assume you put this song on here.
What is it? Yeah, so I have no way how to segue into this one. But I want everyone to stop what you're doing, stand up, and join in. You all know this one, or at least you should do. So this is the Cha Cha Slide by DJ Casper.
This is something new, the Casper Slide Part 2, featuring the Platinum Band. And this
that was the Char Char Slide by DJ Casper.
Better be joining in at home.
Nah.
We were certainly boogieing away in here.
I was having a little boogie over here.
Anyway, Jamie, did your script work?
I haven't.
No.
It's
No.
not even. It's not even running currently, Dan. I'm just trying to debug.
Dear. Live coding on air, always fun.
A lot of it's debugging. Okay. It says there is not music playing right now.
It's not wrong.
So
There is no music playing.
yeah, I can't really test it. We didn't think this through.
Oh dear.
Okay, I'll just test it again later.
What you need here, boss, is testing.
What I need is Linux Audio Hour back, so I can just play music willy-nilly at my own free will.
No, what you need here is an integration test suite.
That sounds like a lot of effort.
Pays off, though. Speaking from experience.
Yeah, I can imagine it does, but I would have no idea how to set any of that up.
PyTest.
What's that?
A library for testing.
I feel like I'd just break the library. I'd have to test
Good
the library
luck.
to make sure it works.
It's hard to break.
Yeah, you haven't met my Python coding skills.
Dear, oh dear.
Oh dear. What's coming up, Dan?
What's coming up over the next week? Let me
We got stuff and things going on?
get up the calendar.
Getting up the calendar.
From a live stream perspective, we've only got YSTV Live next Friday,
Oh, flagship live show.
but then we do have Debate Day the day after.
Oh yes, Marks, you are tech lead for that, aren't
I
you?
am.
And you got any interesting deets for the listeners at home?
We're still working out the last few details of, because normally it's a event with a large live studio audience, pay all that. This year we're taking a little bit of a different tack and focusing on the debates themselves, which has a few interesting implications. I was having a conversation earlier today with one of the producers on graphics in particular, which is going to be a very interesting thing to sort of try out this year. We sort of piloted the current debate night format last year with the academic officer by-election debate, and that went fairly well, so we're sort of expanding it this year.
Oh right, okay.
Can't really talk about much of the technical details because I haven't worked them out yet.
Yeah, I mean that's fair enough.
Yeah.
You still got a while yet.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to that then. I have messed that up again. Oops.
Marks is tired
I've got another show later.
at 10 p.m.
You looking forward to it?
Yes.
Oh, is Gary coming in at 9 for Gary's greatest hit?
Can we ask him to fix the studio?
Oh, that would be lovely. So don't let me forget to put the 8M audio back, because that would be really bad if I forgot.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Dear oh dear, not ideal.
And as always, if there's any listeners at home, you want to send a
If
message
there's
in,
any listeners,
If anyone's
anyone,
listening at
please.
all,
Send us a message via the website on
send us a message via the website. You are why. I can't be bothered to do the rest. Well, I've got a ratcheting screwdriver.
Why is there a
you only
screwdriver
just
in here?
realised?
Listen to this.
Do love a ratcheting screwdriver.
Mine broke because a pot noodle exploded in my bag and went in the ratcheting bit.
Oh no.
So it doesn't ratchet anymore. It's quite sad actually. It's a bit stiff. I would
Oh,
call
dear.
it
Insert joke
less
here.
than ideal. What's? Oh, that bit turns. Oh, that's interesting.
So,
This is
so yeah,
very
other
fancy.
things coming up next week. Got Tag Across York.
Oh yes, I'm heavily involved in that one.
As in you're on it.
That's
yeah,
what I
you're a
mean.
player. How is that working, Jamie? tech-wise?
That is a very good question and has reminded me I need to double check. But it basically involves a lot of running. So the cameras need to be small, smaller than our X2000s. So the current plan is a mixture of my tiny camcorders that I have
Oh no.
and the terrible audio quality that goes with them, and mobile phones and the terrible audio quality that
Honestly,
goes with them.
phones would get you the same level of audio quality but better video quality.
Quite possibly. The only reason I wanted to use my camcorder for my view was because I have a selfie stick, and I wanted to run around town with a selfie
Oh,
stick
no.
with the camcorder
Gaff
attached
your phone
to it.
to it.
I'm not gaffing my phone to it.
For a race across campus, Alex Howes gaffed his phone to his chest.
Oh, so did I. Yes,
Yes.
because Alex Towers and I were cycling from east to west.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
I had a GoPro mount. So
yeah, unfortunately, YCV doesn't own many GoPros, so
Well, no, it was my personal one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
even so, I don't own a GoPro, and nor did Alex. So
I've
we
used
just
it maybe 10
started
times.
our phones recording and then gaffed them to our chest
Yeah, that was rather amusing.
with mixed results.
I do
But
remember that video. That was very funny.
It stuck to my
It worked,
chest, and
the
it worked.
View, the view wasn't. I mean, it was basically just your handlebars. But
Yes.
the view,
I did use a fair bit of footage from it.
It
Yeah.
Mostly as
worse.
filler cycling footage.
Love
Yeah.
me some filler.
Almost view of my crotch.
Classic.
And on that bombshell,
Love me some.
no! Don't finish that sentence.
But why, Marks?
Because I think I know what you're about to
Is
say.
that
and
the correct one?
That is the correct version.
Okay, sorry.
And on that bombshell,
So yeah, we just did the cha-cha-cha, didn't we, Dan?
Yeah.
I was a big fan
Well,
of
we
the.
did the
Definitely did the
cha-cha
cha-cha
slide.
We did the cha-cha slide. I like the cha-cha slide. It was very fun. But you know what else? The Finns have actually stolen the cha-cha slide.
Have they?
Except this time there's no slide involved and there's an extra cha. For Eurovision 2023, Finland's entry was called Cha Cha Cha, and it's a bit of a bop. So I reckon we're gonna have a listen now, Dan, aren't we?
And we can see if your script works again, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Now we're talking.
you want to do the thing again?
Oh, hang on. The script isn't running.
Okay, good first
That'd
step.
be a good start. How do you spell Python?
Yeah, that's a really good start,
Right,
boss.
ready when you are, boss.
So yeah, this is Cha 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 by I can't pronounce this.
Karia.
Thank you, Marks. Seconds before we played it. So
Yep.
No, the script thinks news is on. It failed. I got my timings messed up. Quickly, the reason it couldn't detect when music was playing was because I accidentally left if music is playing, then return false. If it isn't playing, return false, hashtag true. So I accidentally changed it and it wasn't working. Anyway, Dan, over to you.
Anyway, yeah, we're very near the end of the show now. I'm rushing the end, so thanks for tuning in. I've been Dan.
I'm sorry.
I've been Jamie.
This has been Untitled.ogg. We'll be back on the airwaves very soon. Good night.
On 88.3 FM and online.
This is the University of York's student radio station.
From the Sky News Centre at 9. A major shipment of food into Gaza has been delayed. It's because there's still no jetty for it to moor up to. Erin Gore, who runs one of the charities organising the relief, says these supplies are desperately needed to bring order to the territory.
The more food we can get into there, into Gaza, the more safe.